is the body reaction toward the external environment, and this most of the time happens when someone is exposed into a strange new environment. And this reaction is very helpful because most of the time it assists us as human beings to know how we encounter and solve those problems. And that's why you see once you are in contact with a new environment, your brain will release hormones and your body will react. One of the reactions that the heartbeat rate will be higher, and even the level of function of your brain will be higher. So if it's a challenge that you are facing, you will have more ability to come with a solution because of it. Yeah, we can try to look on the category of stress. Is very possible because stress has been mainly put in two types. The first type is what we call acute stress and chronic stress. So as I've said in the first beginning, that stress is about the reaction of the body toward the new environment exposition, toward new people exposition, and now there is this sort of trying to, how do I cope with this new thing? So they are temporal. When we speak about temporal, we speak about acute stress. In this category, you can see, or you can try to have an example when you are going to a public car, for example, Hiace or minibus going somewhere, and you see people they have stayed. So the way you approach towards someone, it gives you stress, like you feel the sort of uncomfortable. People most of the time will need space in an individual. So you can look in this way that acute stress are those stress that always happen temporal. Maybe a teacher can come inside the class and say, I give you a prompt quiz. You must have stress, like what can I do? This thing is very new, I did not anticipate for it. So acute stress are those stress which they always often are temporal, not long time. But when you speak about chronic, these are the stress which have been prolonged. They have taken a lot of time, and this is stress they can dwell for a long time after you have failed to find a solution to a particular situation. So someone can try to go through some financial problems and for so long finding a job and whatever, but fail to come up with a solution of the particular problem for a long time. Then it can create this we call a chronic stress. When we spoke of the definition of stress, we saw that human body always react to foreign things. It can be a foreign environment that you are introduced to. Now, once you are exposed to something new that your mind or your body is not aware of it has to react, like, what can I do? Now, the reaction that's happening, which lead to the release of hormones from the brain, that's the one always make your body into high level of tension that normally does not exist. You'll see your heartbeat rate will go faster, the function of your brain and the blood that will be circulating in your brain will always be beyond the normal person. So what we can say the huge causes of stress is that it's because we live in a world whereby we cannot assure ourselves of the same thing today, tomorrow, and today and tomorrow. Often new things they come. So if new things they come, we are often exposed to stress because it's human nature. And we have to understand stress is inevitable, and stress is also important because it stimulates your body to long for solution and to work into a particular new environment. Well, stress has a lot of effect. First of all, stress affects your well-being, your health. If you have stress, most of the time you will feel less sleep, you won't sleep most of the time. But also stress affects moody, your mood of working. People, they will see most of the time you're frustrated, anger, but also stress affects relationship. And I think this is very important to see. Most of the relationship they are ruined, can be marriage, marital relationship, even family relationship. Most of the time they encounter hard time because of what? Of this stress. People, they cannot feel the connection any longer. Your mind is just focused on something and you don't have peace of mind. Sometimes even job, offices at work, you cannot do them because of stress. So it has a very tremendous effect and impact even into our daily life. Oh, definitely, there is positive impact, a lot of positive impact of stress, because stress can enable you to have extraordinary energy and power. For example, there are these people procrastinators, those people who they do assignments or their work at the end of time. those people, once they have a lot of work, you become stressed, and once you're stressed, even your mind works faster. And so it stimulates a working environment which can be more of a speed because of stress, because you'll have to find a way. It's like the entire energy of your body and your well-being is focused in a particular thing, so it makes you to work more hard. Stress, first of all, they're inevitable. We have already seen this. But the issue of controlling them, first it comes from our lifestyle. How do we live? We need to live a life of self-reflecting all the time. As the person, each one has goals in life. Set goals which you can reach to avoid stress. That's the first thing. But also have a lifestyle which is well arranged. Sometimes we feel overwhelmed because of working too much. We have a lot in our to-do list. So to avoid stress, first of all, be positive about what comes to you. If a situation has arisen, look positive on it. And another thing, let us live our life in this present moment, because most of the people, they live their life either in the age of future or they have stuck in the past. So someone is like, okay, this happened to me, I cannot live my life. Something that has happened previously, keep on stacking this person up to this moment. But we live to live now and then. When I say now and then, it's the scenario that one of the greatest person I admire, Mel Robbins, is a journalist. She once said that you have to sit on the dinner or lunch table and contemplate on the food you are using. You don't think about tomorrow. Be grateful for today. So the first thing to avoid stress, be grateful for who you are that time, what you have that time, but also exercise. Exercise is one of the good ways to release stress, because once you exercise, you make your body to be active and to feel great. It's like you refresh your mind. So exercise, that's the first thing, but also health food to make sure you keep a lot of things to your brain. But the third thing, be grateful for who you are and live life in the present moment. Well, I can climax by saying this. The group that are now confronted with stress more than other group are young people. And young people get more stressed because we live in a generation whereby everyone is expecting something out of us. And the expectations, they are too high. Even ourselves, we try to set the expectations that are beyond our reach. So first of all, to avoid it, let us live the life of our own limit that you can achieve and you will have. But this huge expectation, they lead us to stress. And I can say the statistic in America, a lot of people, even young people, they suffer from this stress disorder named PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. And it's very bad because you fail now even to look on the future. So as young people who we are now entering into phase of combating life, let us live understanding that our life, it's depend on what we expect. Our expectation should not go beyond the richness of our ability.